The little girl's voice was so quiet Bob Marley almost walked right past her. Almost, but something made him stop. Maybe it was her eyes. Or maybe it was the way she was shaking despite the warm Kingston evening, holding that bottle of sugar water like it was the only thing keeping her alive. He'd been leaving Tough Gong Studios, tired, drained, head full of rhythms and lyrics. The new album was almost done. He just wanted to get home. But then he heard it. That small voice. "Please, just a shilling, please." He turned around. And there she was, standing on the corner in a dress too big, shoes worn through, hands clutching that bottle, maybe 9 years old. Maybe younger, hard to tell, but it was her eyes that got him. Empty, like she'd already given up. Like this was just what life was now. Bob felt something twist in his chest. He'd seen that look before. In the mirror. In Trenchtown. Years ago. "How long you been out here, little sister?" he asked, walking closer. The girl looked up. Her eyes widened. Her mouth fell open. She knew who he was. Everyone in Kingston knew Bob Marley by 1977. She couldn't finish. Her whole body started trembling. Not from cold. From something else. Disbelief maybe, fear, hope. "My mama," she whispered. "She listens to your music every single day. Tears filled her eyes, but she blinked hard. Wouldn't let them fall. "She's really sick and I'm trying to help, but nobody wants to buy water and I don't know what else to do." Her voice broke. Bob knelt down, got to her level, eye to eye. "Where's your mama right now?" The girl bit her lip, looked away, like maybe she shouldn't say, like maybe this was a secret. "Home. We had to leave the clinic. We can't pay anymore. The doctor said." She stopped, swallowed hard. "He said there's nothing else he can do." The words hung in the warm air between them. Bob already knew what that meant. He'd heard those words before, about people he loved. "What's your name?" "Lily." "Okay, Lily, I need you to take me to your mama. Right now." Lily's head snapped up. "What?" "You heard me, sister. Take me to your mama." She hesitated, stared at him like maybe this was some kind of trick. Like maybe if she blinked he'd disappear. Like maybe she was dreaming. "You're serious?" "Dead serious. Let's go." Lily dropped the bottles right there on the street, started walking, fast, too fast, like she was afraid he'd change his mind. Bob followed. They walked through streets he knew too well. Zinc fences, crumbling concrete, graffiti proclaiming Rasta messages. The kind of neighborhood where you minded your business. Where you didn't ask questions, where survival was the only thing that mattered. Trenchtown, his roots. Lily kept looking back, making sure he was still there. "My mama's gonna fall down when she sees you," she said quietly. "She thinks you're like, I don't know, a prophet or something. She plays your records all the time, even when she's in pain, even when she can barely breathe." Something about the way Lily said it made Bob's stomach drop. How bad was this? They stopped in front of a small house. Zinc roof rusted through, walls patched with whatever materials could be found, wooden door hanging crooked. Lily pulled out a key. Her hands were shaking. She led him inside. The house was tiny. One main room that served as everything. Kitchen corner, sleeping area, but it was clean, organized. Like someone was trying really hard to hold everything together despite impossible circumstances. What caught Bob's eye was a small table in the corner. On it sat a battered guitar. Next to it, faded photos. A young woman on a small stage performing living. "That's my mama," Lily said quietly, from before she got sick. Bob moved closer to the photos. There was something familiar about the woman's face. Something he couldn't quite place. "She made music?" "Yeah, a long time ago. Before I was born. She doesn't talk about it much. Says it hurts too much to remember." Lily walked toward a curtain that separated a small sleeping area. "Mama, you awake?" A weak voice answered. "Lily? Baby, you're home already? Did you make any money?" "Yeah, I did, and I brought someone." "Don't think you're dreaming, okay?" Lily pulled the curtain aside, gestured for Bob to follow. He stepped through, and what he saw made his breath catch in his throat. A woman lay on a thin mattress, so thin he could see every bone. Scarf wrapped around her head where her hair should have been. Dark circles under her eyes so deep they looked like bruises. No medical equipment, just herbs and teas on a small stand. Pills in old bottles. But when she saw him, something happened. Her eyes went wide, really wide. Her hand flew to her mouth. "No," she whispered. "No, the fever's making me see things again. You're not real." Bob moved closer, sat down carefully on the floor next to her mattress. "I'm real, sister," he said gently. "Your daughter brought me here." The woman stared at him. Tears started streaming down her face. "Why?" Her voice cracked. "Why would you? You don't even know us. Tell me your name." The woman swallowed. Grace Campbell." The name didn't mean anything to Bob, but that face, something about it. "Lily says you listen to my music." Grace let out a sound between a laugh and a sob. "Every day, for years. Your music's the only thing that keeps me going. When the pain gets too bad, when I can't sleep, when I want to give up, I put on your records and I remember." She stopped, looked at Lily. "I remember I have to keep fighting. For her." "Mama used to make music too," Lily said. "She was really good. She had dreams like you." Bob looked at Grace, really looked at her, past the sickness, past the pain, trying to see who she used to be. "That true?" Grace nodded slowly. "A long time ago. In another life. I was nobody, just a girl with a guitar and big dreams." Her eyes got distant. "I really thought I could make it. I was foolish." "What happened?" Bob asked. Grace closed her eyes. "My father got sick, cancer. I used all my money taking care of him. When he was gone, I met this man. Said he was a producer from Kingston. He took everything. Made me sign papers. Then disappeared. I tried to find him, but the studio didn't exist. So I gave up. Got pregnant. Had Lily. Her father left when she was 2. I worked cleaning houses, raising her alone. Then I got sick. The doctor says it's cancer. In my lungs. Never smoked. Just bad luck." Bob felt like he'd been punched. This woman. This little girl. This was him. His story. Different details. Same pain, same struggle, same system that chewed people up and spit them out. "Listen to me, Grace," he said. His voice was firm. Clear. "Tomorrow morning you're going to the hospital. The best one in Kingston. I'm covering everything. All of it. Treatment, medicine, whatever it takes." He turned to Lily. "And you? You're never selling water on the street again. You're going to school. You're gonna be a child. That's it. Understand?" Lily started crying. Really crying. Grace just stared at him. "Why?" she whispered. "Why would you do this? You don't owe us anything." Bob stood up. "Because 5 years ago somebody gave me a chance. Somebody believed in me when the whole world said I was nothing. And I swore if I ever got the power to do the same for someone else, I would." He paused. "Today's that day." He pulled out the money he had in his pocket. "More than enough. This is for tonight, food, medicine, whatever you need. Tomorrow we deal with everything else." He moved toward the door. Stopped. "One more question. What was your stage name? Back when you made music?" Grace's voice was barely a whisper. "Redemption. I called myself Redemption Song." Something clicked in Bob's mind, small, distant, but there. Redemption Song. Where had he heard that? Before he could think about it more, Lily ran to him, threw her arms around his waist, held on tight, didn't say anything, didn't need to. Bob put his hand on her head, felt something he hadn't felt in a long time. Real purpose. Jia's purpose. He left the house, walked back through the streets. But he couldn't shake the feeling that this was bigger than he understood. Something about Grace, about her face, about that name. Redemption Song. It nagged at him all the way back to his yard. The next morning, Bob was at Kingston Public Hospital. When the taxi arrived with Grace and Lily, he was there. Walked with them, Grace weak in a wheelchair someone had found. Lily holding her hand. They ran what tests they could. The hospital had limited equipment in 1977, but they did their best. At 2 p.m. Dr. Morrison came out. "The cancer's advanced," he said. "No sugarcoating. In her lungs and spreading. Very aggressive. But she's stronger than she looks. There's a treatment we can try. It's rough. Really rough. And I can't promise anything, but there's a chance. A chance. Sometimes that's all you needed." "Do it," Bob said. "Whatever it costs." Over the next few weeks, Bob visited almost every day, brought food for Lily, talked to Grace when she was awake, sat quietly when she wasn't. He learned about her. Born in Kingston. Seamstress mother, taught herself guitar at 12. First song at 14. Dreamed big, just like he did. "Did you ever perform at the Rocking Chair?" Bob asked one day. The Rocking Chair was a small club where local musicians played. Grace's eyes got distant. "Once in 1972. People laughed, but I went on anyway. There was this young man there, dreadlocks just starting to grow. After my set, he came up to me and said, 'Don't let them laugh, sister. If you really want this, nothing can stop you. Yeah, willing.'" Bob's heart raced. 1972, the Rocking Chair, a dark-haired girl with a guitar. He remembered. She'd reminded him of himself, struggling, fighting. "I remember you," he said quietly. Grace's eyes filled with tears. "I thought maybe you would, but I wasn't sure. It was so long ago. You've become so big since then." "What did you say back to me?" Bob asked. "I said, if you make it big, don't forget where you came from. That's where the real power is. That's where Jah speaks loudest." Bob felt his throat tighten. She'd said that. He'd carried those words with him for years. And now here she was, the girl from the Rocking Chair, dying in a hospital bed. The treatment was brutal. 3 months in, the tumor stopped growing. Grace cried, "Hope." Bob started writing a song. He called it Redemption Song. 6 months in, she started responding better. The doctors warned her. This was a long fight, no guarantees. Around this time, Bob's friend who worked in the music business called. "I found him. Marcus Thompson. Still working. Has a small studio in New Kingston. Your producer friend knows him." Bob felt rage building. "I want to know everything." Over the next few weeks, they learned the truth. Marcus Thompson. Fake studios, fake contracts, fake promises, then vanish. He'd done it to at least 6 musicians in Kingston. Same pattern every time. At month 8, Grace left the hospital. Not cured, but stable. She moved into a better place Bob arranged. Just a small house, but clean, safe, solid roof. Lily started at a better school. She was thriving. One evening, Bob visited. "We found him. The man who scammed you, Marcus Thompson." Grace's face went pale. "How?" "My people found him. He's been doing this for years. Still in the business." Grace stared at him. "I want to confront him," Bob said. "And I think you should be there." Grace shook her head. "I don't know if I can do that." "I think you can, sister. I think you need to. You need to look him in the eye and show him he didn't break you, that Jah protected you, that you survived." Grace was quiet for a long time. Finally, she nodded. "I need time to be stronger first. Take all you need." Over the next 4 months, Grace pushed hard. Walking, eating, building strength. She started playing guitar again. At the 4-month mark, the doctors gave news. The cancer was in remission. Not gone completely. Never completely gone. But sleeping, controlled. She called Bob. "I'm ready." They made the plan. Bob's manager set up a meeting with Marcus about new talent. Marcus had no idea what was coming. The meeting was set for a Tuesday afternoon, at a small office in New Kingston. When Marcus walked in, he was all smiles. "Cheap suit trying to look expensive? Trying to look successful? Bob, this is an honor. I've got some incredible artists I want you to hear." He pulled out a notebook. "There's this youth from Trenchtown. Reminds me of you before you made it big. With your guidance, he could be something." Bob just looked at him, said nothing. The door opened. Grace walked in. Marcus stopped mid-sentence. The color drained from his face. His eyes went wide. For a second, he looked like he might run, but Bob was between him and the door. "Grace," Marcus stammered. "What? How?" "Hello, Marcus," Grace said quietly. Her voice was steady, calm, stronger than she'd felt in years. "Been a long time." Marcus's mouth opened and closed. No words came out. Grace's hands were shaking. She clasped them together. She'd rehearsed this moment. But now that she was here facing him, all those prepared words vanished. She just looked at him. This man who'd stolen everything. He looked older, trying to look successful, but she could see through it. "I want you to look at me," Grace finally said. She stepped closer. Her heart was pounding. "Really look at me. You remember what you did?" I don't know what you're talking about." Marcus's eyes darted to Bob. trying to read the situation. Grace, listen, I think there's been some kind of misunderstanding. Don't. Grace's voice cracked. She took a breath, steadied herself. Don't lie, not now. You took everything from me. My money, my trust, my dreams. You made me sign fake papers, promised me a studio, a real chance, and then you vanished. She was right in front of him now, close enough to see the sweat forming on his forehead. Do you know what happened after you left? Do you care? Marcus held up his hands. His voice changed, smoother, the same voice he'd used 5 years ago. Grace, look, I was young back then. We both were. I made mistakes, yeah, but I was trying to help. You have to understand, the business is hard. Sometimes things don't work out the way we plan. I had debts, people breathing down my neck. I wanted to help you, I really did, but stop. Grace felt rage building, white hot. All these years she'd blamed herself. Thought she'd been stupid, naive. And here he was, still lying, still manipulating. You weren't young. You were 30, and it wasn't a mistake. You knew exactly what you were doing. Her voice got louder, stronger. You did it to 6 other people. At least you're still doing it. Still taking money from people who trust you. Still crushing dreams because you're too much of a coward to build anything real yourself. Marcus's face changed. The fake sympathy dropped. Something cold flickered in his eyes. You know what? Maybe I did take your money, but you were never going to make it anyway. You weren't good enough. You didn't have what it takes. I did you a favor. The words hit like a punch. For a moment, Grace was back in that tiny house, broke, pregnant, believing she deserved nothing. But then she thought of Lily, of the past 2 years, of everything she'd survived. You're wrong, she said quietly. I had to give up music, worked cleaning houses, raised my daughter alone, and then I got cancer. Almost died, she paused. Let him see the scars, the thin frame, the evidence of her fight. And the whole time I wondered why. Why did you do it? Was it just money? Was it fun for you? Marcus looked away, couldn't hold her gaze. But here's what you need to understand, Grace continued. Her voice was clear now, strong. You didn't break me. You tried, but Jah protected me. I'm still here. I survived cancer. I raised an incredible daughter. I'm making music again, and people are listening. Not because I'm famous, but because my story is real. Because I survived. She stepped back, looked at him with something close to pity. So whatever you thought you took from me, you didn't. You failed. I won, and you? She shook her head. You're just a sad man who feeds on other people's dreams because you never had the courage to chase your own. She turned to Bob, nodded. They walked toward the door. Marcus just sat there, deflated, small. Wait, he called out, his voice desperate now. Please, I'm sorry. I really am. I was different back then. If I could go back, if there was anything I could do to make it right. Grace stopped, looked back at him one last time. I don't forgive you, she said simply. But Jah will judge you, not me. I'm just here to tell you that you don't get to win. People like you don't get to win anymore. They left. As they walked down the stairs, Grace's knees nearly gave out. Bob caught her elbow. You all right, sister? She nodded. Couldn't speak yet. Her whole body was shaking. But not from fear. From relief. From release. From the weight of 5 years finally lifting off her shoulders. Word spread quickly in Kingston. Marcus Thompson was exposed. His fake business shut down. No one would work with him. He left Kingston in shame. Justice. Finally. But Grace didn't feel the satisfaction she'd expected. Just relief. Just closure. Just the ability to let go and move forward. That's when Bob asked her to record Redemption Song. Grace was terrified. She hadn't sung in 5 years. Her voice was different now. Rougher. Scarred by illness and time. The morning of the recording, she almost didn't go. Stood in front of a cracked mirror trying to breathe. You can do this, she whispered to her reflection, but her hands were shaking. When she walked into Tough Gong Studios, everything came rushing back. The smell of the space, the equipment, the energy. She was 23 again, full of hope. Before Marcus, before everything. Bob was already there. He saw her face. You all right, sister? She nodded. Couldn't speak. He led her to the recording area. Showed her the track, hit play. The music washed over her. It was beautiful, haunting. It was her story. Every note, every rhythm. When it finished, she had tears in her eyes. "I don't know if I can do this," she said. Bob leaned forward. "You already did the hard part, sister. You survived this." He gestured to the mic. "This is just telling people about it. This is testimony." She picked up her guitar, closed her eyes, started to sing. For the first verse, her voice was quiet, uncertain. But as she got to the chorus, something shifted. She opened her eyes, looked at Bob, and sang louder, stronger. By the second verse, she wasn't reading lyrics anymore. She was living them. Every word of pain, every moment of fear, every second of hope. Halfway through, her voice cracked. Not from weakness, from emotion. She stopped, covered her face with her hands. "I'm sorry. I can't," Bob spoke gently. "Don't apologize, sister. That was perfect. That crack, that's the truth. That's what people need to hear. That's Joss speaking through you." He paused. "You want to rest?" Grace shook her head, wiped her eyes. "No, I want to finish." She took a breath, started again. This time when her voice cracked, she didn't stop. She leaned into it, let the emotion flow through her. Let the pain out. Let the healing begin. When she hit the final note, she held it, let it ring out, let it fill the space. Then silence. She opened her eyes, looked at Bob. He was smiling. When she finished, nobody moved. The engineer sat back slowly. One of the musicians closed his eyes. Another just shook his head. "That was something special, sister," someone finally said. Grace stepped away from the mic. Her legs felt weak, but her heart felt light, like she'd just set something free, something she'd been carrying for 5 years. The song reached the people who needed it. In Kingston, in Jamaica, beyond. People heard Grace's voice on the track, her testimony. Messages came, letters. "Your story saved my life." This was why she'd survived. 1 year later, Grace performs occasionally. Small venues, yard shows. She plays her guitar and tells her story. People come because it's real. She still sees doctors regularly. The cancer could come back, but she's learned to be grateful for each day, to trust Jah's plan. Lily's 10 now, goes to school, writes songs, but she's also just a child. Plays with friends, helps her mama, lives a normal life. And Bob, he still visits, brings food, sits on the porch, plays music with Grace, their family now. Not by blood, but by struggle, by faith, by love. One evening, they're sitting outside Grace's house, watching the sun set over Kingston. The sky's orange and red and purple. Beautiful. "Can I ask you something?" Grace says. Bob looks over. "Sure, sister." That night, at the rocking chair in 1972, "Why did you come talk to me?" Everyone else was laughing. "Why did you care?" Bob thinks about it. "Because I knew how it felt. To be laughed at, to be told you don't belong. And I saw something in you. Real talent, real passion. I didn't want you to give up just because some people were too blind to see it." He pauses. "And you said something to me that night I never forgot. About not forgetting where I came from. I've thought about that many times. Especially when things got big. When people started treating me different. Your words kept me grounded, kept me remembering Jah's purpose." Grace smiles. "I wrote a song about that night. About you. About what you said to me." Bob sits up. "Really? Can I hear it?" Grace shakes her head. "Maybe someday. But not yet. It's not finished." "When will it be finished?" "I don't know. Maybe never. Some things are meant to stay mysteries. Some songs belong only to Jah. And there it is. The thing that'll never be fully explained. The song that exists somewhere. Written but never recorded. Heard but never shared. A secret between her and the Creator." Lily comes outside, sits between them. "What are you talking about?" "The past," Grace says. "And the future," Bob adds. "The future's gonna be good," Lily says. "I can feel it." They sit in comfortable silence, watching the lights come on across Kingston. 3 people bound by impossible circumstances. By music, by faith, by something bigger than all of them. Bob thinks about that night. About the choice he made to stop. To listen, to help. About how one moment can change everything. About how Jah works through us in mysterious ways. He still doesn't have all the answers. Still doesn't fully understand why their paths crossed when they did. Still wonders about that song Grace won't let him hear. Maybe he'll never know. Maybe that's okay. Some mysteries don't need solving. Some stories don't need perfect endings. Sometimes the journey is enough. And as they sit there together, he realizes this isn't just Grace's story, or Lily's, or even his. It's everyone's story. Everyone who struggled, fallen, gotten back up. Because that's what music does. It connects us. Reminds us we're not alone. Gives us hope when we need it most. Shows us Jah's love in action. And sometimes, if we're very lucky, it saves our lives. Who do you think is in that mysterious song Grace wrote about that night? Drop your theories in the comments. If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe for more real stories about survival and second chances. Comment which artist's journey you want to hear next.